Ben Banks is a student at North Carolina University. And we've got Ian Wishingrad, who's an entrepreneur. And I'm going to start with you. You're a new face on this. You use the old adage, invest in what you know, right?
Yes.
Know or love.
Yes.
So you're heavily in technology.
Yes.
You're not worried about that.
I consider technology kind of the future of the world. I know that my portfolio, in a traditional sense, you look really tech-heavy, but I see what's happening with my attention span. I give more of it to social media. I use more. Apple's makes cars. Google's getting into other things, and I just love the leaders of these companies, and I find I use more and more of their products every day, so I'm kind of just long where we're headed.
So you're long, very long is used in names like Facebook, Apple, and Google. Ben, meanwhile, you're saying you're looking at names including American Homes for Rent, Continental, and Avago. Tell us about those.
Yeah, see, all three kind of different industries, but all three have the same general pattern that I look for. I'm a technical trader, so I focus on the stock charts primarily, and all three have long consolidation bases that are showing relative strength on the daily charts within a larger yearly consolidation. So that's what I look for primarily, and each one is the same. For American Homes, looking over 130, hopefully gets to 140. Continental Resources over $37, probably extends to 40. And for the last one, Avago gets over 130, quickly goes to 140.
So we got a short-term trader here in Ben, and Ian, you're just a long-term investor. You're gonna buy and hold. You know, buy and hold's dead, I heard.
Well, you know what? A lot of my friends are in finance, and I find every time this is what they do for a living, and I think I have a massive unfair advantage when I'm just kind of a retail investor. So I'm afraid to kind of go in there and take tips.
So you don't worry about the Chinese economy. You don't worry about the Fed raising rates. You don't worry about oil production out there. All those things we talk about here.
No, I find it's too. Then I'd rather not be in at all. If that's the criteria for picking a good company, I think for the same reason we choose these leaders, we choose their products, and I feel confidence just when I'm trying to win business from people. They're winning business from me, and I trust in the vision of these people.
As mentioned, Ben, your approach is quite different. As we do look into next year, if you're looking at tactical moves, it depends a lot on what happens if we have dislocations from the Fed and that kind of thing. What's on your radar screen?
Yeah, as I said, it's probably primarily a 3 to 5 day trade time frame that I'm looking at. So I usually don't hold for more than that. So the Fed moves, I can quickly navigate those regardless of what the market does. But as for the S&P 500, looking at the SPDR ETF, as long as it holds in the short term, 208.50, likely will go higher later this week. And below 207 in the intermediate term, I'd probably start to take things off the table and kind of reassess things as from there.
Anybody buying gold? Do you care?
No.
No? I mean, that's supposed to be a long-term hold.
My understanding of gold is when the economy seems shaky and going down, gold is a sure bet. But in the interim, it seems like the interest rates are low, so I'm in equities.
Ben? Yeah.
Bitcoin?
Yeah, I definitely not buying any gold anytime soon. The downtrend has been yearly. Just don't see any reason for me to get behind it right here.
Without being uncouth before we go, Ben, because your approach is so different and so old school, if I may, comparing all the day trading we saw in the 90s, how are you doing? I mean, how does this work out for you? Is your strategy fundamentally a profitable one?
Yeah, in the year of 2014, I earned 18%, beat the market by a few percent there. And this year I'm up just a small 5%, but we still got a month left, and market's been a bit more difficult to navigate this year, but in general, it's consistent, profitable.